materials are doing a lot. They entertain us, they seduce us, they challenge us. What are the effects of fun? Keep innovating, don't expire.
Hello, my name is Daan Pol. About 2.5 years ago, Philip and I, a good friend and I, we're both divers. We, inspired by Tintin, we decided to do some treasure hunting. And we figured out that most of the treasures are actually in rather shallow water. We dug up a map of all the wrecks, and most of them are near the shoreline, so they're easy to reach. And we thought, well, let's do this. Let's see how if we can get our hands on a submarine. So we started looking around, and unfortunately these submarines are like really big, really expensive, and you can't open the hatch underwater. Here's one, for instance. This is a big one. And it was way out of our reach, and we were still divers. We wanted to get our damn treasure, so what are we gonna do? So we decided to basically look into history a bit. If there were vehicles that were used to travel for great distances underwater to go treasure hunting with, and there was. This is called the Sleeping Beauty. It's designed by a man named Quentin Reeves. That's also the character that Q is based on from James Bond. So we were quite close to the mark there, and we found a sort of secret report. This one about its flying capabilities underwater. And basically this report gave us a free prototype. It told us everything that was wrong with the boat, and that worked very well. And we thought, well, we can fix all these wrong things. So we decided to redesign it in our own way, at this place, an old F-16 bunker in the middle of nowhere. And just because we want to be original. So we there's no water around, by the way. It's all concrete. So for testing we had to drive quite a bit. But I decided to use all my computer skills. I did some CFD stuff. I had to design my own CFD simulator to do the transition from above water to underwater in a better way than was previously possible. So I had to learn a lot. And we just started building it because we didn't know what we were doing, and we had to just do it. Yeah, this is Philip, my partner in the hull. We were just sanding it there, and having a great time, thinking, we're gonna make a submarine. Nobody took us seriously. And after like 2 months, we finished it and we started testing, and all these problems arose, like how are you going to surface, how are you going to sail underwater, are you going to use the wings, or how are you going to trim? And these pose some pretty big problems, because the normal way of trimming using air balloons is a very slow way of trimming, and this boat was very light and very quick underwater. So here's Philip crashing into the bottom of the sea. That looks very cool, but that didn't exactly go as planned. So we had to redesign the trimming system, and we basically looked to nature, and we used the buoyancy bladder of a fish, and we incorporated that into our vehicle, and that resulted in a really nice sailing boat. It was capable of keeping its trim very level at half a centimeter precision, so that was quite insane. And it went really fast and really, really far. This is in Croatia. After a week of sailing, we still had 90% battery charge left, which was quite insane. So we did some calculations, like what would happen if we would take this to the next level and build a bigger one with more batteries on board, and how far would it go? And it would go 80 nautical miles. We were like, yeah, we first have to design this to see if that would really happen. So we did. I made some designs, I made some computer renders, and we 3D printed the boat on a small scale about this size. And we thought, okay, let's see how many people are interested in this. So we had the movie of our working prototype and this design thing, and we went to Abu Dhabi with it, just to see if we could pull it off. And we sold one the first day. Thank you. So, big problem. I mean, holy shit, we just sold one. So, and we of course 3D printed these little boats. So we thought, why not do it with the big one? So we did. We 3D printed a whole hull in a week, and we could do some tow testing, and we could do the balance tests and try and figure out if anything needed to be changed. So we perfected and perfected. We tested very quickly. Our design iteration was a week of designing, week testing, design test for like 35 times. Of course, you need bigger and better batteries, so we designed them as well. Based on open source Tesla motor batteries, we designed this one. It has like 4 kilowatt hours of power in it. There are 4 in the 3-seater, which gives it a range of 80 nautical miles and 20 kilowatt hours of power. And this is a finished product, and actually Queen Maxima touched it, which I was so happy with. So her fingerprint is still on the boat, by the way. And of course, this boat is a culmination of like 2 years of hardcore testing. So it looks really cool, but it's filled with practicalities for divers. There's a underwater navigation system, a forward-looking camera, so the guys in the back can see what's going on in the front. And that's also the big problem, is visibility underwater. And because this boat goes really fast underwater, you crash into all kinds of stuff we found out, you need to be able to look forward. And that's our next project. That's going to be an augmented reality goggle that you put in front of your normal dive goggles. And you look through a sonar, basically. So if you look that way, you can look 100 meters into the murky waters, even if there's zero visibility. So that's going to be our next huge problem. No, but and this is the finished boat. This was at a Special Forces demonstrator day, which was really cool because they're very interested in this as well, because this is the first kind of boat that can do these things, can go very fast for long distances above and underwater. And the only alternative are underwater scooters. So yeah, we sort of accidentally got into submarines. Thank you.